We've arrived at Porsche, and we're going to go around the stand. Obviously Porsche is very dear to my heart at the moment, since I'm not that far away from taking delivery of the GT3, and as you know, very recently taken delivery of the Panamera 4e Hybrid. So we're definitely Porsche people as well as McLaren people, and if Ferrari give me a 488 Pista, we'll be Ferrari people as well. This is the launch of the Gt3 Rs. I'm going to see if we can get us on. Well, I would have thought we'd just climb over.
No, I did.
Right, so this is the Gt3 Rs. It's very, very much based upon the previous generation, which was the 991 Series 1 car, and this is effectively the .2 car. But it's had an increase in power. Apparently most of the changes are beneath the skin, so with the suspension system and the like, to make it as track focused as Porsche are able to. But I think in every way they've made it look a little bit more special. So at the back you can see bigger exhausts, no small exhausts in there. Those tips are actually the size of exhaust that seem to go through. Same rear lights as you've got on the GT3, but the wing is dramatically different. Now I believe this is Viper Green, which is their latest colour. And I have to be honest with you, this is probably the colour I'd choose if I was getting the Gt3 Rs. And new to the mark is, instead of, you probably know with my GT3, I'm getting the black wheels with the red. And this is new to the RS range, the black wheels, satin black wheels with the green stripe round the edge of the rim, which I think is absolutely tremendous. Even down to the latest roll cage, also in green.
Do you know how much quality?
I think, as far as I'm aware, even wider on the arches than the GT3. Very pronounced skirts, and then you've got the exhale of everything that comes out of the wheel arch here. And if you come close, Chris, you can see my fingers below there, so that is to expel air from the wheel arch. But the previous generation also had that. Two new air intakes in the bonnet, very similar to the GT2 RS. I think there is a slightly deeper front splitter than we have on the GT3, but by and large it's very similar to the front. But you can see, because the arches are slightly wider, the splitter comes all the way up the side of the car, and the indicator lights are sort of, they're into the actual arch themselves, which I think sort of accentuates the width of the car. I think if you're going to get one of these, it's one of the few cars where I think you can just do what you want in terms of really exciting bright colours, because I think it's just very, very, very exciting colour. And comes in at £141,000 before extras. Very easy to spec these up to 160, 170 even. Also, it's producing 520 brake horse as opposed to in the GT3 500. So not a huge increase, but everything about this car is about track focus. So that's where the differences are really in the underneath the car suspension system. Got the GTQ of the mesh in the front bumper to provide air to the radiators. I think they've got 3 air radiators inside the bumper itself. One very interesting thing, but this was true of the 911 Series 1 as well, that is no longer a plaque, that is just...
It's not enamelled, it's a sticker.
Exactly, I couldn't have put it better myself.
I don't understand.
Not enamelled, a sticker. In theory, to save weight. Inside it's very, very standard Porsche fare, very similar to the GT3 in every way. Unique stitching, as you can see, the green stitching is unique to the GT3 RS. This one has the 918 bucket seats, which are just tremendous. Now, interestingly, I learned the other day that in the GT3, the sports buckets that I've ordered, which actually you can pull forward, they talk about the ability to move the backrest, which I assumed meant you could reposition the backrest, but they're fixed. What they do allow you to do is pull them forward so you can get your luggage in, but that's all. So I was marginally disappointed, but then also, as you know, they come with seat heating, whereas these particular ones you can't get with seat heating. Very focused driving environment, nothing more and nothing less than you absolutely need. I love the interior of the GT3 RS. Absolutely stunning. The decals on the side are standard. You have to tick the options box to have them deleted, obviously no cost. But nevertheless, I think that is lovely as well. Only thing I probably do is have Porsche put across the rear spoiler. I think that in itself would make a fantastic statement. I don't know whether you can get this in carbon fibre. If you could, I'd have that done as well. But Porsche are not great ones. They provide carbon fibre inside the car, but really if you want bespoke carbon fibre pieces for your Porsche GT model, you actually have to go into the aftermarket. There are a number of 911 specialists that, whilst they're not allowed to tinker with the engine of their GT cars, is my understanding, they are allowed to provide, you know, diffusers in carbon fibre, splitters in carbon fibre, air intakes in carbon fibre, and side skirts in carbon fibre. What do you think, Chris?
Nice, I like it.
You like it? What do you think of the colour?
I like it.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I think, you know, it's a car that, I mean, my friend Julian, who has got the new one coming in April, so this one, and had the old one, the previous generation one, I've been out in his Series 1 991, and actually it's even noisier inside than the McLaren. So the GT3, although I know it's very focused, yeah, I want that as a car you can use regularly. I'm not going to say every day, because nobody that has a Panamera is going to use a GT3 every day, because the Panamera is your everyday car. But regularly, once, twice, 3 times a week. Again, I think, like Ferrari with their 488 Pista, I think Porsche are at the top of their game, and I'm very impressed with the GT2 RS, this iteration of the GT2 RS. I don't know whether they have it on the stand. We'll go wander. Guys, we're on the Porsche stand, and I want to come over to look at the Mission E Cross Turismo. So the Cross Turismo is going to be fully electric. It's obviously not as high as an SUV, but it's obviously meant as a basic off-roader, which gives you some capability off-road without being too high. Fully electric vehicle. Probably won't be the first electric car, because that is the Mission E, but I suspect this will appear fairly soon after the Mission E goes into production. I'm not sure whether the Mission E is planned in production to be a 4-seater, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was. And now we've got the Porsche styling rear lights right across the rear. This one has a diffuser, although I'm not sure that that's probably that critical in an off-roader. Nice indicators. Thought maybe Porsche would take the indicators from Audi, which sort of come out. They start in the middle and they come out to the edge. I always think that looks so cool. Anyway, I thought you'd be interested in this, guys. Signing off for now. Thanks very much. Catch up with you at the next stand.